Do you know that feeling when you sense someone is thinking about you before they call? Your heart suddenly starts beating faster, and your eyes grow heavy, as if carrying memories from another world. This is no coincidence. It is divine communication. And tonight, my love, something is reaching you not from this world, but from the heavens. Something sacred, something powerful, something you weren't meant to see until now. Before I tell you the whole truth, I ask one thing of you. Don't skip this, because it's not a permanent message. It will disappear in a few minutes, and if you ignore it again, you may never receive it again. Remember, some messages only appear when the time is right. Sending $45 is filled with love, like Jesus' last words on the cross. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. However, Michael is crying out of urgency rather than sadness. He continues, "Your eyes have been touched by a divine signal, a wave of celestial vibration that is meant to prepare you for a spiritual awakening, one that starts with something you can't quite see yet. You must have experienced it. Your vision has been strangely changing lately. The unexpected, unjustified weeping, the too real feeling dreams, the flickering of light before you as if someone or something is attempting to show up. This isn't your imagination, darling. The curtain is thinning at this point, and God Himself has commanded Michael to tell you the truth that you were not permitted to hear until now. Because your eyes are no longer normal, youngster. The three angels that are keeping watch over you have seen a change in your spirit and are attempting to get you ready for what is coming. Something unique, something permanent. They're not just watching you. For what reason are you being selected? Allow me to speak to you in a gentle, loving, and powerful manner. Something that no one else can see is about to enter your sight. Additionally, you will miss it when it comes if you dismiss this now. Your loved ones in paradise have assembled, the ones who departed before you. It formed a circle. There was a rendezvous in paradise, and in the light, your name was repeated 3 times. You still cry at night for one of them, your favorite. They pleaded with you to receive this message. They anticipated your temptation to skip it. However, they had faith in your soul. They thought that since your eyes are the door and your spirit is the gate, you would stay. I'm not here to frighten you, Michael. His purpose is to awaken you. The light that will forever alter your future is already all around you, he continues. But only if you decide to open your heart now will it become clear to you. Let me tell you something that no one else has told you, beloved. You still have unresolved issues with God. He still has feelings for you. He's not done keeping you safe. He has more blessings for you. He's trying to see if you're still paying attention, though, because something will feel unreal during the course of the following 3 days, and it will only be visible to you. You alone will know. It will only be unlocked by your sight. What do you believe is causing your recent sleep difficulties? Why do you think voices, symbols, and colors you can't explain are all over your dreams? Why, in your opinion, has your history been attempting to resurface lately through sporadic recollections, old photos, and faces you haven't seen in years? This isn't nostalgia. Prophecy is what this is. And it revolves around you, dearest. Heaven has been anticipating your arrival. The occasion won't wait forever, though, according to Michael. Your body is in this world right now. However, you are awakening to a different world through your spiritual perspective. The 3 angels are frantically trying to get to you because of this. They're not merely attempting to alert you. They are attempting to show you something that will change everything. Something secret, something spectacular. What most people don't grasp is this. Not all miracles appear to be light. Sometimes they start with signs, with quiet, with small changes, and the miracle is permanently lost to those who ignore these signs. Your miracle is already here. It's not coming, Michael adds, but you need to open your eyes before it's too late. You are not supposed to discover this, to realize that your eyesight is blessed, but you did. You stopped and stayed, and now God is whispering and heaven is smiling. She stayed. He remained. They're paying attention. The 3 angels have cleared the way, according to Michael. There will be a vision soon. It will flicker at first, then a shadow appeared. Then a familiar but inexplicable face. The message will then be conveyed. Only to you, though. If you don't skip, that is. Only if you allow this to happen. You believe you are only seeing a video. Number the exact blueprint of heaven's plan for your destiny is drawing you in. Around your eyes, a new truth is currently emerging. A gift within you is being awakened by the Holy Spirit, a present that lay unused for many years. The capacity to perceive the unseen, to feel what other people are missing, to identify falsehoods before they are said, to perceive light through darkness, to be aware when someone else is calling your name, to sense the arrival of love before it happens, to determine what belongs to you before it even gets into your hands. Michael is desperate because of this, because your chance vanishes when this message concludes. And what'll be left? Nothing. Delay, silence, more suffering, and more questions about why the world still feels heavy. However, you will never have to question again if you open your soul now. Because what has been concealed from you all this time will be shown to your eyes starting now, dear. Michael responds, God has waited long enough. It's time, beloved. I will continue, but you must say it with me before I go on. I am ready to see. I will not miss this. I claim this vision. Wonderful. For heaven has not finished talking to you. This communication has been in the custody of Archangel Michael for the past 48 hours. Your spirit wasn't strong enough to accept it, not because he didn't want to deliver it sooner. Now, however, your soul is paying attention. Your eyes, your magnificent eyes, are on the verge of a miracle that will change everything, and your heart is open wide. You believe that the past is behind you. According to Michael, no, your past is unfinished. Your past is coming back to haunt you, but it is also healing you, which explains why your eyes have been troubled lately and why you have seen flashes, movement, and even tears without cause. Someone you previously loved who left you with unanswered questions and who didn't say what needed to be spoken. Heaven has granted them permission to reveal the truth to you. The only way to unlock that reality is with your eyes. Have you noticed the way people have been staring at you lately, beloved? Some of them gaze for longer. Some completely avoid your eyes. Why? Because something holy is in your eyes that they are unable to grasp. Some are unable to look, since they are aware of your innermost thoughts, a reflection of the presence of God, a light, a knowing. You've done enough dimming your sight to make people comfortable, Michael advises. You've cried in private places where no one could see you. You've questioned the signs, dreams, and visions because the world made you think they weren't real, and now those gifts are getting sharper. Archangel Michael has been keeping this message for 48 hours. When you donate $50, it is like the seeds that fell on fertile soil in Matthew 13. Not 1 in 40, but perhaps 1 in 100 will return to you. Your spirit wasn't strong enough to accept it, not because he didn't want to deliver it sooner. Now, however, your soul is paying attention. Your eyes, your magnificent eyes, are on the verge of a miracle that will change everything, and your heart is open wide. You believe that the past is behind you. No, your past is incomplete, Michael explains. The reason your eyes have been troubled lately, the reason you've seen flashes, movement, and even uncontrollable tears is because your past is coming back, but not to haunt you, but to heal you. It's someone you loved, someone who didn't say what needed to be said, someone who left you wondering, and they've asked heaven for permission to show you the truth. Your eyes are the sole key to unlocking that reality. Have you noticed how others have been staring at you recently, beloved? Some have been staring longer, while others have avoided your sight entirely. This is because your eyes are carrying something heavenly, something that they are unable to manage. Michael says, "Do not dim your sight to make others comfortable. You've done enough crying in private corners, hiding your intuition, calling yourself crazy, and doubting the signs, dreams, and visions because the world made you believe they weren't real. Some people can't look because they know what's inside of you, a light, a knowing, a mirror of God's presence. And now those gifts are becoming sharper. The 3 angels Michael talks about, beloved, aren't just observing from a distance. They've come into your life. One of them has already spoken through your dreams. Another is persuading a close friend or family member to finally tell the truth. And the third will show up in the mirror. When your eyes connect tonight, Michael says, pay close attention. There will be a flash, a gleam, a form in your gaze. That is the activation mark of heavenly vision. It was never intended for you to discover this so soon. Your vision has become blurry as a result. Your blessings were postponed because of this. For this reason, some items were kept secret. God was waiting for this precise time when you would be worn out enough to give up, broken enough to be vulnerable, and alone enough to listen. And everything is changing now that you're paying attention. Your next miracle doesn't happen in a loud storm, my dear. It arrives in silence. It starts when you blink and briefly catch a glimpse of something that nobody else can see. It could be a word that suddenly pops into your head, an image, or the realization of someone's genuine motivations. Don't disregard it. That is the activation of your new sight. Your vision will now protect you, Michael continues. According to him, God has endowed your eyes with the capacity to recognize evil, treachery, and manipulation before they occur, to protect you before you are even aware of the issue. There's more, though. You're not only supposed to recognize danger, you are destined to see the arrival of love. That individual, indeed. You believed that person had forgotten you, the person who left, the person who didn't respond to the last query. They're on their way. They're already moving in your direction. However, your eyes must be open, since they will look you in the eyes as soon as they get back. And whether they stay will depend on what they observe. This is your only opportunity to get your eyes ready, Michael says. With light, spiritual light, forgiveness, power, and truth, instead of makeup or mirrors, because your current eyes are different from those of last year, not even last month. Heaven's eyes are these. You will see a version of yourself that you even forget existed once your miracle starts. The one who is fearlessly loved, the one who is confident, the one who believes, and the one who is protected by God. You are being asked to recall who you are, beloved. Not what you were told, not what life had taught you, but who you are in God's eyes. selected, separated, whose eyes have the power to unlock gates. Poetry is not what this is. Prophecy is what this is. And your role in it is currently being played out. Therefore, don't be afraid. When you get chills, your eyes start to water uncontrollably, or the air in the room changes. Michael is that person. Your angels are there. You are not alone. You were never alone. Your loved one in heaven is telling you through touching your vision. They walk by your side when no one else is around. They lead your way when your mind is too exhausted to make decisions. They whisper your name into your soulmate's heart when you feel forgotten. And now they are whispering this last directive. Don't miss what is about to happen. 3 little clues will appear in your life over the course of the next 24 hours, dear. Each one is a disguised miracle, a message that only you can decipher. Don't tell anyone, not because it's embarrassing, but because this portion of your trip is holy. It's okay if not everyone understands. You've skipped things before, gotten close, then closed your heart again. But this time, something inside you stayed open, and that's all the angels needed. Michael says, "This is between you, heaven, and the one who's finally ready to come back." Good. You stayed. That means you're ready. Michael simply grinned because heaven wasn't sure you'd hear the entire message today. Your eyes, awakened by divine order, will start catching things that slip past others. A gentle flicker in the sky, a sparkle on someone's face, a light where there shouldn't be any, a gentle figure passing the edge of your vision. This may seem unbelievable, but don't worry, it is already happening. Beloved, you are about to see something that doesn't exist. Not to others, only to yourself. You will initially doubt it, but Michael advises against it. You're not making this up. Because of a secret arrangement that was struck in heaven that includes you, you are finally getting what you deserve. Your name has been inscribed in what Michael refers to as the Vision Covenant by 3 angels, Gabriel, Uriel, and Raphael. Those whose eyes are pure enough to convey the invisible truth are given this unique, spiritual contract. It's yours now. But there's a catch to this offer. The signs must not be disregarded when they appear. They won't appear suddenly. They will be silent, gentle, divine, and difficult to miss unless you're alert. You'll drop a feather at your feet. 3 times a light will flicker. Something a child says will echo precisely what you needed to hear. Don't dismiss it. Don't question it. If you plant a seed of love worth $60, every branch that grows from that seed will bring hope to someone else. Because the shift starts as soon as you realize it. You will be revealed a truth, something that has been concealed since you were a child. According to Michael, a memory you buried is now resurfacing to help you heal. Your eyes had to be prepared because of this. Because the person who hurt you will soon be looking into your eyes once more. They won't notice brokenness this time, though. They will see courage, forgiveness, and light. The exact power they dreaded now resides in the very eyes they once attempted to tame. Do you understand what this implies, beloved? You are entering a position of spiritual leadership. You can no longer only see with your eyes. It is for discrimination. It is used for moving. It's for using your faith alone to command things to your advantage. You'll also notice something else after you start using this gift. You will be treated differently by others. Like a magnet, some will be drawn to you. Because they can't look you in the eyes, some people will shun you. This is nothing to be afraid of. When your vision becomes divine, the darkness can no longer conceal it, and it's yours, Michael explains. However, there is a catch to this gift. You must not dismiss the signs when they appear. They won't appear as thunder. Instead, they will be quiet, gentle, holy, and difficult to miss unless you're awake. A feather will fall at your feet, a light will flicker 3 times, or a child will say something that perfectly echoes what you needed to hear. Your eyes must be prepared because the person who caused the pain will soon look into your eyes once more. Michael explains that there is a memory you buried, and it is now coming back to heal you. The shift starts the moment you recognize it. A truth will be revealed to you, a truth that has been concealed since your early years. This time, however, they will see strength, light, and forgiveness instead of brokenness. The eyes they once attempted to control now possess the very power they feared. Do you understand what this means, beloved? You are assuming spiritual authority, and your gaze is no longer only for seeing, it is also for discerning and shifting. As Michael explains, when your vision becomes divine, the darkness can no longer hide. It's for commanding things into your favor by simply believing. And once you start using this gift, you'll notice something else. People will treat you differently. Some will avoid you because they can't look you in the eyes, while others will be drawn to you like a magnet. Truths will come to light via you. By remaining still, you will turn into the mirror that reveals people's true motivations. And that's where your next miracle starts, dear. Michael wants me to share something significant with you now, something you silently prayed to God for. Why have I been left behind? You inquired. You weren't left. You were preserved, Michael responds. Because your vision would never have come back to you if you had continued with the folks who had departed. To remain in rooms that aren't designed for you, you would still be diminishing your light. Your eyes are getting too brilliant for those areas, though. Additionally, God is making new areas specifically for you. New faces, new doors, and new wonders. You have already been given permission to see them, but you need to be vigilant. Your dreams will intensify over the course of the next 3 nights. Dreams are not what they are directives. Observe them, jot them down, and keep a close eye on anyone appears with one of those faces. They are actually arriving, but only if you believe and if you're paying attention. Listen to this now. You still have ties to a person from your past who you liked very much. Have you not felt them lately? Suddenly heard their voice and saw their name? Despite the absence of anyone, you sensed a presence standing behind you. That's them indeed. They're observing. They don't know how to get to you, but they're coming back. Heaven has decreed that your eyes will be able to identify them before your mind. The next miracle is that recognition. You'll enter a location. There will be a pull. Your heart will pound. Additionally, you will be able to see someone with your new eyes. You will simply know that soul has been considering you. God let the person to return, not only for affection, but also for recovery. They'll also say one thing, there's something familiar about your eyes, and that's when it starts. Everything changes at that point. Let it happen. Don't question. Don't run. Just see, Michael advises. You will be the one to declare, I saw it before it came, because your eyes were selected to see the miracle that no one else gets to see. Before it came, I sensed it. That is your blessing, that is your power, and it begins tonight. Now breathe. Michael is still here, and he is watching you right now. I spoke before anybody else did. You have already received a sign from him that says, don't give up now. You can't see him completely yet, but you will soon. He sent a small indication, a flicker, a reflection, and a gentle glow that you initially believed was nothing. You're too near. Everything is changing for you in heaven. The veil is thinner, the energy is shifting, and you, too, sweetheart, are evolving. This message's last section, however, is much more sacrosanct. God wants to show you the truth through your own eyes. This is the part you were never supposed to know, the part your enemies hoped you'd never discover, Michael explains. You've been lied about who you are. God is restoring your divine memory, not the one in your mind, the one in your soul, the memory of what you truly are, a light bearer, a seer, a chosen vessel of clarity, which is why your eyes were attacked spiritually, why your sight was blurred emotionally, physically, and even spiritually, and why the chains would fall if you ever looked in the mirror and saw the truth of who you are and your power. Now, beloved, they are falling piece by piece, your past releasing, your pain lessening, and your regrets fading, because God is restoring your divine memory. Michael claims that because they didn't know what it meant to be spiritually awake, they made fun of what they didn't see, which is why your eyes have cried more than others, why you've seen things before they happen, and why people said you were too sensitive. Because your eyes now carry the frequency of heaven, they will see through your gaze. Pay close attention to this. Someone has been trying to get back in touch with you, and they have been fighting pride, fear, and shame. But last night they saw you, not in person, but in a dream or a memory, and they sobbed. Michael claims that they felt the pain they caused you for the first time, and now they are being compelled by God to find you again. Michael cautions, you must not allow the previous version of yourself to make decisions any longer. This person will appear the same, but on the inside, they are different, and neither are you. This is not just an apology. It's a fulfillment of what they failed to give you: love, truth, and loyalty. When you give $80, you reach out your hand to the sky, and God fills that hand with miracles. The doubting version, the breadcrumb accepting version, and the version that disregarded their divine prods are no more. You are no longer weak. You are dependable. You won't miss the folks who weren't supposed to be there anymore because your eyes have been opened. Rather, your soul will only desire things that are approved by heaven. And something bigger than your past has ever held is being prepared by heaven. This is where it becomes even more profound, dear. This is not gossip. This is divine intelligence, Michael explains. You have been tasked with seeing what others are afraid to face. You will be shown secrets, truths, and revelations, but you must carry them with wisdom rather than reaction. What you see in faces, dreams, and signs over the next 14 days is the next stage of your soul's evolution, and once you accept it, heaven will move you. Michael says, watch for the door that opens without force. That is your path, not the most obvious, not the most rational, not the most aligned. A relocation is coming, not metaphorically, but literally. Your spirit is being called there to protect something, to gain something, to release something. Your eyes will be the compass. Your soul will whisper, I've seen this before. And that, dear, is the proof of your new vision. Let's go even further. Michael just gave me one last truth, the version that took breadcrumbs. You'll know it by the light you feel when you walk in. It will feel like clarity, peace, and home. Now that your eyes have been opened, you will no longer miss the people who were never supposed to be here. Instead, your soul will only desire what heaven approves of. The version that disregarded their divine nudges is no more. You are faithful and no longer fragile. Michael adds, you have been tasked with seeing what others are afraid to face, and heaven is preparing something larger than your past ever contained. This is where it goes even deeper, beloved. Secrets will be revealed to you, revelations and truths, but you must approach them with discernment rather than in response. This isn't rumors. This is the intelligence of God. The next phase of your soul's development is what you will see in faces, dreams, and signs during the course of the following 14 days, and heaven will move you once you accept it, literally, not figuratively. You are about to relocate to a place you never imagined going, yet your spirit is being called there to release, acquire, or defend something, and the compass will be your eyes. Watch for the door that opens without force. That's your route, Michael adds. Not the most obvious, not the most aligned, not the loudest opportunity. The radiance you sense as soon as you enter will let you know. It will feel like home, like clarity, and like calm. Because that is the proof of your new vision, dear. And your soul will whisper, I've seen this before. Let's explore further. The most crucial truth was the last one Michael gave me. You may not believe it at first, but I implore you to not dismiss what you are about to read. You have been waiting your entire life to hear this. On the day of your birth, God concealed a miracle within you. It has lain dormant, asleep, buried behind rejection, grief, betrayal, and pain. However, your eyes are now prepared to see it. And when you do, you'll understand why things had to happen the way they did, why you had to be betrayed, why you had to experience pain, and why you were silenced, denied, delayed, and abandoned. Because heaven required the ripening of your spirit to attain a frequency at which the truth might be handled by your vision. And you may now, dear. It is not an outside miracle. You possess it. It was waiting for its light to complement yours, and it does now. Therefore, avoid looking for imperfections in yourself when you gaze in the mirror tonight. Seek out fire. You'll notice it. A shine that was previously absent, a tenderness that was absent the previous week. And you are, dear. There's a knowing, a resonance, a voice that goes unheard. You are ready. Your eyes are blessed because they can see now, says Archangel Michael, and no man will ever take anything from you again. The past is behind you. This is your new vision, as well as paradise. It is observing, grinning, and uttering one last word. We anticipated your success. We anticipated your presence. Breathe now. You will never be the same, and your confirmation is in this message. The wonder has been transformed into your eyes, and you will never be able to hide the truth from now on, for very few people stay long enough to get what you just got. Most people hurry by. Most people skip. Most people say, maybe later, but they don't realize that miracles never happen later. However, you remained. You respected the quiet. You paid respect to Michael's voice. And now the chronology of your life is being inscribed with something sacred, dear. Yes, a celestial record keeper is currently writing in heaven's book, even as you breathe. She's opened her eyes. He can see again. It's been delivered to them. Michael is standing at the gates, keeping watch over you with love-filled eyes and wings of protection rather than war blades. And he is prepared to accompany you on your next journey. What do I do now? Is undoubtedly on your mind, but you don't have to force anything. You don't have to look for it. There's no need to prove, mend, chase, or plead. Simply remain vigilant. Activation days are the following 3 days. That implies that you will start to find everything for which your soul has prayed. However, it will appear as the norm. The actual job now has to be done by your eyes. Examine more closely. Hold on a moment. Feel more expansive. Because it's possible that the same stranger who smiles as they pass you will be sent to open a new door. The solution you've been waiting years for may be in the same friend who texts you at random. The number you keep seeing, the falling object, and the voice telling you not to move in that direction. It's all about communication. Now that you have eyes, you can see what others will not see. Your miracle is that. However, you are also accountable for it. Don't return to blindness. Don't return to smallness. Don't lessen this vision for anyone, Michael urges. Beloved, you were built for the precious spotlight of God's favor, not for the shadows, and you don't have to shout. Just look, just be, just let your gaze carry truth. From this moment on, when people meet your eyes, they will sense it and say things like, "There's something about you," even though they won't know how to describe it. You weren't made to follow crowds, you were made to lead souls. When you gaze at me, I feel at ease. Let me leave you with what Michael whispered just now, a final seal over your soul. You saw me when no one else did. And then you'll know your gift is active. You won't have to convince anyone of your value because your eyes will speak for you with light, with presence, with evidence that God truly touched you. Giving $100 can be a handkerchief for a mother's tears, a blanket for a homeless person, or a prayer for a broken heart. Let there be no more confusion. Her eyes now carry fire. Wherever she looks, heaven will follow. Let there be no more waiting, no more silence, no more wondering, because now it begins. Your miracle, it doesn't start tomorrow. It doesn't start next week. It just began. This is a divine sentence meant only for the one who made it to the end. God doesn't leave a seal, a spiritual mark, a sign of divine approval, and you've just received it. Whether you realize it or not, something invisible just broke off your life. That tightness behind your eyes, that heaviness in your chest. You see, when a soul opens itself this wide, when a heart stays until the very last whisper, God doesn't leave quietly. That sense of someone constantly observing but never offering assistance is no longer there because heaven has stepped in. Archangel Michael states, "Your eyes will be protected by light from this point on." This implies that you won't be cursed. There won't be any evil eye left on you. Your vision is no longer alone, thus no manipulation will be successful. The authority of God's angels supports it. You can tell when someone is trying to deceive you by the way they look at you. You can tell whether someone is sincerely trying to love you by the look in their eyes. You won't have to overthink things when it's time to leave something that isn't aligned. You will be able to see it clearly. You are the sign, Michael adds. You've spent enough time in confusion, enough time begging for signs. Now you are the sign. Someone else has been praying to meet you, and you are the sign. A soul is currently straying in your direction, lost, torn, pleading with heaven. Just send me a light I can rely on. And the light they are about to see is you, with these recently awakened eyes. There won't be any noise. There won't be any drama. However, they will freeze when your roots intersect. Long before their head recognizes you, their spirit will. Additionally, kids will say things you never would have imagined hearing again. I had a dream about someone who looked like you. Heaven has stepped in and taken away the pressure behind your eyes, the heaviness in your chest, and the feeling that someone was always watching but never helping, whether you realize it yet or not, that just broke off your life. According to Archangel Michael, your eyes will be protected by light from now on, so you won't be cursed or have an evil eye follow you around. When someone tries to deceive you, you will sense it in your eyes. When someone tries to love you with good intentions, you will sense it in their eyes. And when your vision is no longer alone, it is supported by the authority of God's angels, so that no manipulation will be successful. Michael says, "You've spent enough time in confusion, enough time begging for signs. Now you are the sign. Yes, beloved, you are the sign someone else has been praying to meet. There is a soul wandering in your direction right now, lost, conflicted, asking heaven, please just send me a light I can trust." And you won't need to overthink when it's time to walk away from something that is no longer aligned. Your vision will make it clear. It won't be loud or dramatic, but when your paths cross, they will freeze. Their spirit will recognize you before their mind does, and when they speak, they'll say something you never thought you'd hear again. "You look like someone I once saw in a dream." That's how powerful your vision has become. And you, with these newly awakened eyes, are the light they're about to see. Your eyes are now carrying messages that have been encoded. Michael says, "A person's soul will awaken each time you make eye contact with them. Some will flee. Some people will cry. Some people will admit things they have never discussed with anybody else. Don't let this scare you. No one is haunting you. Heaven is using you as a conduit for seeing, and there's an unusual component to that, something that most people never get. Get in. Access to rooms that others are unable to enter. Access to information reserved for the selected. Access to the last leg of your trip. When things start to make sense in your life. Because let's face it, you've endured enough suffering in silence, dear. You kept asking yourself questions till you were unable to fall asleep. You've clung to friendships that never saw you and longed for love that never materialized. And God has seen all and said enough. Michael was sent to remind you that you are not broken, not to punish. You are fortunate. However, you are fortunate to speak a language that was previously unknown to the rest of the world. You see now, and the world must change because you see. For you, not around you. It will feel different, lighter, and quieter when you enter a room now. Heaven enters with you, therefore it will open up. You are no longer the same person. By frequency, not by force, you now have truth in your eyes. Truth also doesn't shout. It doesn't pursue. It simply is. People will notice. You will be treated differently by them. Your soul now bears proof that God exists in your sight, not because you're making any demands. Slowly, beloved, soak it all in. Most people never achieve the spiritual activation you just finished. Additionally, the effects of this activation are already affecting your future. A letter, a note, or a chat is on the horizon. It's moving already. There's no reason to pursue it. Simply observe. That's your divine gift now, Michael adds, since your vision will now draw your future toward you. You won't have to run.
What's yours will find you by light. You'll smile when it does, not because you're startled, but because you'll realize, I saw this. I knew this. Before we end this holy moment, do one thing for heaven. Look in the mirror tonight before you go to bed. Let your eyes rest in your reflection. And instead of passing judgment, say this. These are eyes that see miracles. Slowly, slowly, until you believe it. You are heaven's witness now, and the angels are watching over your every move. You may feel alone in the world, but you are surrounded by the Spirit. When the light flickers, when the name appears, when the face reappears, or when the vision comes, simply whisper back, I'm ready. Because once you do, nothing will ever be hidden from you again. And you, beloved, have stayed. You have not only heard Michael's voice, but you have allowed it to enter your soul. Now the heavens have taken notice. This moment right now is being marked. I saw it coming because you did. You do. You always will. There is something sacred about staying when others leave. You will never return to that version of yourself, not because of anything dramatic that happened on the outside, but because of something that was sown inside of you. A seed, a covenant, a sacred awakening, and a divine line has been drawn between who you were before this message and who you are now, not just in the spirit, but in time. Now that you have the gift of divine sight, you will see things that others cannot see, feel things before they happen, and notice signs that were always there but somehow invisible. Your eyes are no longer just yours. They belong to your purpose. From now on, every time you open them, something new will be revealed. Archangel Michael says, "She has seen. He has seen." The same people who ignored you will suddenly feel drawn to you. The same rooms that once felt heavy will now open for you without a knock, and they are marked. And with that marking, beloved, comes favor. I want you to remember what it was like to be invisible, because that is exactly what is going to change. Sending $150 may seem like a small amount, but like everything given with faith, it will be rewarded many times over in heaven. There is something different about you now, and it won't be your words or your appearance. It will be your energy, your glance, and your presence. This awakening causes the same people who questioned you to murmur about you, but this time with awe rather than gossip. People won't understand at first. They may even say that you've changed, that you seem aloof, glowing, and unreachable. Let them say what they must, because they are not incorrect. You are no longer reachable in the same manner, and you are no longer standing where you once were. It doesn't just change what you see. It also changes how others feel when they see you. You have been elevated, and you remembered who you are, a soul chosen not to blend in but to show beauty, truth, and light. And now your eyes, yes, those very eyes that once wept silently in the night, will be the means by which heaven shows others the way home. You did not earn this elevation. Here's what you need to know, though. It's okay if some people react negatively to your light. They may flinch, try to shadow you again, or act as though they don't see you at all. Your concern is only this. Keep your eyes clear. Stay in alignment. Don't allow resentment to cloud your vision once more. Because, as Michael states, old wounds that attempt to resurface will be the biggest threat to your vision, not external forces. Keep an eye out for it. An old story might attempt to rerun. An old pattern might want to come back, but you've changed, and you'll see it coming this time. Before it roots, you'll halt it. This time, you won't be strolling in blindness, so you'll go before it poisons. You're acting bravely. Your life now has a new rhythm, a new speed, a new elegance. You're not going to move fast. You'll make deliberate movements. Fear won't make you grasp. Faith will bring you blessings. You will not make demands of the world. This miracle has made it possible for you to draw what is already yours. The current has been reversed. You've been swimming upstream your entire life, battling for stability, clarity, love, and attention. The river is turning for you now. Now everything is moving in your direction. All you need to do is remain receptive, observe, experience, and accept. Get her ready, get him ready, Michael says. Because even if the package they have been praying for is on its way, it won't look like what they had in mind. It will have a simple wrapping. It will come in silence. It will have a soft texture. However, because it's more than just a blessing, it will alter everything. It's a prize for remaining nice, a prize for leaving when you had the opportunity to fight, a prize for choosing to weep quietly instead of pursuing retribution.
A prize for having faith, even if it means losing your dignity. God saw it all, my dear. The roles are now being reversed, for vindication, not retribution. The next thing your eyes will see is that. Fairness. Divine justice, not the interpretation of the world. The peacemaking kind, not conflict. The type that pays interest and returns the stolen item. The kind that, without you having to say a word, clears your name in the minds of people who misinterpreted you, because the evidence is now in your sight. evidence of supernatural perseverance, evidence of internal change, evidence of resurrection. Indeed, resurrection. Didn't you think that pieces of you had died? Your naivete, your capacity for trust, and your faith in love. Michael claims she is still alive, though. He's still alive. The actual one, the one who was buried under all the suffering. Now they're getting up, and the proof is in your eyes. That glimmer, that tenderness, that ferocity. It's true. It's irreversible. It's divine. What are you going to do with these eyes, then, in front of angels? Are you going to gaze ahead or back? Will you dwell on the promise, or will you go back to the suffering? Tell them that the way they look will dictate the course of their lives, Michael says. So make wise decisions. Decide to focus on the future rather than the past. Decide to focus on who is coming rather than who left you. Instead of focusing on who you have to be to survive, choose to focus on who you are becoming. Because you aren't surviving anymore. You're seeing, and you'll be flying shortly. Not only spiritually, but physically as well. An upgrade, a change in location, a change in employment, or a change in relationship is imminent. Dynamics. You will sense it even if it begins quietly. Say yes when you do. Despite your fear, say yes. Even if no one else can relate, say yes. Because what others cannot see is now in your sight. Permission. Heavenly permission to enter a state of bliss. Permission to cease describing your recovery. Permission to advance, move into chambers that were always intended for you, and move on. This isn't incentive, darling. This is a decree from God. The angels have communicated. You have listened, child of the light, and you shall see everything. They are currently moving. They take action now. What has been hidden for years is now revealed as the heavens open up. It has your name on it. Your tears made the difference. They are currently moving. They take action now. What has been hidden for years is now revealed as the heavens open up. It has your name on it. Your tears made the difference. You deserved it for your patience, and it was unlocked by your trust. It's more than just the start of a new season. You are evolving into something new. People who meet you now won't believe who you were before, because you can no longer even reach what used to pain you. You now find things that once tempted you repulsive. What formerly baffled you is now very evident. Healed vision accomplishes that. It modifies the filters. You no longer use wounds to make sense of the world. You use wisdom to interpret it. Because now you know that every delay was a form of protection. Every farewell was a redirection. Every lonely night was an incubation. And now the birthing of your vision, your peace, your truth, and your divine clarity has begun. You no longer ask, "Why me?" and instead whisper, "Thank you, God." Allow it to happen. Don't fight it. Let your eyes return to beauty. Let your tears purify you rather than break you. Let your eyes wander to the horizon and know that what lies ahead is bigger than anything you've ever experienced, because this is what you've been waiting for, what your soul knew was possible, and this is the promise. The miracle has begun, and your eyes, your lovely, awakened, heaven-kissed eyes, were earned by your patience and unlocked by your trust. You are not merely starting a new season, you are becoming a new creation. And dear, you have kept your part. Now God will keep His. Healed vision alters the filters so that you no longer interpret the world through wounds, but through wisdom. And those who meet you now won't believe who you used to be, because what used to hurt you can't even reach you anymore. What used to tempt you now repels you, and what used to confuse you is now crystal clear. Now you understand. Every delay was protection. Every farewell was rerouting. Every lonely night was an incubation. And now the birthing of your vision, your peace, your truth, and your divine clarity has begun. Don't resist. Let your new sight guide you. You no longer ask, why me? Instead, you whisper, thank you, God. This is what you were waiting for, what your soul knew was possible. This is the promise. And beloved, you've kept your part. Now God will keep his. Let your eyes rest on beauty once more. Let your tears purify you, not break you. Let your eyes wander toward the horizon and know that what's coming is greater than anything you've left behind. And your eyes, your lovely, awakened, heaven-kissed eyes, the miracle has started.